Clerk is, do I just need to sign
I
this?
thought everyone's.
No, clerk, secretary.
I'm not gonna be able to get in at all. It's the only things this time, so we-
There you go, I think you have to sign this.
One time I
You're the
didn't bring
clerk?
anything. I know it is, but I don't bring it.
I don't know, it's just, no, it's just,
The high school league resolution.
do we have a specific date on this, or can I just send it as today's date?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, right there. I checked that earlier.
You picked the right one.
Actually, Mark Jurgensen said, hey, you should go across the hall, have it set up for you. Sweet. I needed to.
Can I just sign that? I suppose?
Yeah, you
This is. I'm sure. I tell you the last time we have my nails conditioned.
Again, that is-
Are you gonna sign this one too? Let's get all our paperwork done.
Yep. That's good.
Okay. I'll fill it in green,
For
you're gonna do the date. There you go, third.
Okay.
Okay,
Clerk's not too worried about details.
here we go, you wanna take all this
I
back,
do.
and then we can just, then the paperwork's taken care of.
Yeah, like, that's been so long.
I might just stay standing, or we almost.
We're almost there.
Because that's a lot of energy to sit down. Right behind you.
All right.
Oh, there's one over there too.
Oh,
That's why I was.
Oh, we can go there.
Yeah, okay, let's go that way. That's this one. 6 o'clock, let's call this meeting to order from another room. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, also going to read our mission statement. In partnership with the communities, the mission of the Dorothea and Felton School District is to educate individuals in an environment of trust and respect so they become self-directed, responsible, lifelong learners. Welcome, team. It's summer. All right, for the public viewing this video, all board members except Ronnie Tang is not here. He wasn't able to be here this evening. And others present are Superintendent Hunstead and our district office guru, Brooke Volka. So, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We do not.
Okay, no changes to the agenda. Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, is there a second?
Second.
Second by David. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, 5, public comments, rebel recognition. What's going on, team?
Well, I'm going to talk about graduation a little bit, but
Okay.
obviously kudos to the seniors and graduation yesterday. So that was a big deal.
That's all I was gonna say.
Spring sports are still playing. I know the playoffs are starting and section tournaments or section, track meets and that are coming up too. So since we finished earlier, there's a lot of that going on still. So, yeah. And there's our girls also. So
Oh,
everybody's still going.
Yeah. I think end of the year things went well. I just want to shout out to our staff and our students that all helped move. I thought that was wonderful of our students to participate in.
Amen.
And then I remember doing it in 1995 when we moved into this new facility, and it's, lots of hands make little work, and it's fun. My kids thought it was fun.
Yeah, we could not have done it without them.
Yeah.
It saved us a month and a half of work without tuition. So
My boys
Very
had fun
fortunate.
and they took a lot of ownership in their own school by helping out like that, so I thought that was great.
that's good to hear.
They had the fifth grade DARE graduation
Yes.
on the last day of
Yeah,
school.
they did.
So that was really that was cool. I mean, each teacher, I'm sure since you guys have gone through it, but I thought it was really nice that each teacher in their class awarded their students a specific, leadership awards and, class clown, and just all these little things, and so, student walked across the stage. It was just, I thought it was really nice.
Very personal, yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Glennon Felton Elementary track and field day.
Oh, yeah.
Very windy. Very cold. But the kids didn't care. I think they had fun anyways.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everyone who helped put that on because it was probably not the most enjoyable day for
Yeah.
staff, but for parents, but the students had fun. So that's what's important.
That's
That's
always
an
been a
awesome-
highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video, they were running the opposite way
Oh, yeah.
because it was so windy.
Oh, because of the wind, they can
Yeah.
run with it, there you
Yeah.
go.
The frisbee toss was like,
Oh,
the kid who threw it like 6 inches, I think, won, like, just low. Yeah, like, yes.
No, that's
It was a
awesome.
good time at least.
Yeah, good.
Well, lots to celebrate,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
that's awesome. All right, no public comments, so 6.1, board committee reports. Anybody have a report? Gosh, it's quiet.
Yeah.
This is unheard of.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a meeting?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was our last meeting? We have a personnel tonight.
wasn't there budget?
Oh, budget, yeah.
Budget meeting,
Like last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago?
I didn't text you to send out anything. I wonder what.
I don't
have
know
our
if
sheet.
we,
I think what we went over is, here we go. Monday, May 9th. So we
We
did
talked
our
a lot about- yeah.
construction budget.
Yes.
I've had a few people ask me, what's changing, because we've heard things are changing in the school.
Yeah.
And trying to relay that to the public, that there has been some construction changes due to budgetary concerns. Our kids are not, I want the public to realize that's watching, we're not losing anything.
Right.
We've had to make some modifications based on our construction budget. We talked about the gym floor in Dilworth. We are going to be ripping that middle school gym floor out. It's gone. We're just putting a new one in.
And I can talk about that.
Yeah,
Maybe I should
yeah.
talk about that during my report tonight.
Yeah, you should.
But
yeah.
budget-wise, as far as construction budget, we did talk about that, and
Yeah.
it may seem odd, but right now our budget is still working. As far as construction, it's hard to believe because we're a year behind and we've had a lot of changes. With the project, not our changes, but just
Mhm.
other issues with the project, and believe it or not, we are still okay budget-wise, and we're gonna constantly monitor that here to the finish, so.
And then we talked about our fiscal year 23 budget.
Yep.
You're gonna be starting to work on,
Yep, we
Yeah.
worked a lot on it, but half my day today was on that. All the principals and directors have their budgets, and they're working through them this week. I meet with Marcus and I meet with each group next week to talk about what they want to bring or what's missing and whatever. So we'll get a preliminary budget from that discussion next week. Marcus and I will make adjustments if we need to with them, so we can present something on June 27th, I believe, is our June board meeting for a preliminary budget.
anything to add to that, David?
I don't know if I was there, but,
I think you were for a little bit and then you went
You had to
to
leave
a
for the
choir
concert.
concert.
Yeah.
Or no, you went to the band concert.
yes, I think
True.
But I think it was just kind of going over that stuff.
Mhm.
So we're still good with money, the changes that were made helped at the bottom
Yeah.
line.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
all right,
Can I
6.2.
just do one thing real quick?
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
Filing dates for schoolwork, do you know those dates?
I don't off the top of my head, but I have it at my desk. It's not till July.
The end of July, right, and ends August? Okay, just thought I'd put that
Mhm.
out there for the public,
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can continue, I guess, to make that announcement, I guess.
Yep. 6.2.
Hey,
Superintendent
good.
report. Hello,
Yeah.
we're here.
Construction, so some of you tonight were able to get here early and we did a little walk around, which was good. On the Glendon site, I know we talked about maybe at the Dilworth site next time, so we can make sure there's been a lot of change there as well in the last 3 weeks, I guess, month. So maybe just to recap some of the changes so everybody kind of knows what's happening. One of the big things that we talked about, now this is 3, 4, 5 months ago, was the current elementary gym in Glendon is going to stay. What was going to be in there was middle school band, middle school choir, and middle school art. Our current media center in the high school is going to be our new middle school band and middle school choir classrooms. They are going to be bigger than what they were going to have in the gym. The art room is going to be down by the old preschool room. It's a Title I room and some special ed rooms in the back of it by door 18. That also is going to be square footage wise bigger than what they were going to have in the gym. So we enhanced those programs, saved the gym, and the things that were moved from there, we've also found other places. So again, all the decisions, because I'm a kids first guy and a students first guy, I wanted to make sure the decisions we're making don't affect kids. And that was, in my opinion, it helps kids, helps our coaches, helps our teachers in those areas. Another one is the north end of the building was going to be fax and tech ed or shop. We're going to add a shop, just about 3,600 square foot shop. That's still going to happen this summer. And then the north end is going to be just fax only. So we can have a middle school fax and a high school fax at the same time, plus an extra room that's almost overflow. So you can almost have 3 in that area now. So again, more square footage for fax, more square footage for shop, and that was our goal, is to enhance our educational opportunities and square footage, and that's what we're doing. So another significant change is that we are going to leave the current high school gym alone. We're not going to add that room on the west end. That was going to be a wrestling room, a community room, whatever. We're going to allow the wrestlers, met with the wrestling team, or coaches, I should say, and they're going to have the elementary gym here for the winter for all their practices. So a bigger space for them too for wrestling. Phy-Ed and daily use of that gym is going to be nicer for our Phy-Ed team. And so those are exciting as well. Does it affect kids? No, we actually have more, it's safer space for Phy-Ed during the day, and our wrestling, they're going to make that their home. We talked about they can make that their facility in the winter, and we'll just keep the other people out of there. So yeah, so those are some big things, I guess, that are changing, and in doing all that, we're still able to stay, and actually I'll just say this, we didn't do anything with that until recently. So the schedule and the delays had nothing to do with those scheduled events. I think that's very important to hear also for the public, is that these are things we have decided to do this year, and they're all getting knocked out this summer. In fact, as we took the tour today, we could already see how they're advancing and getting those things done just in a few days since the kids have left. So very excited. Can you guys think of anything else?
I just want to shout out to Jurassic Park is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Down here, it's phenomenal. If you guys get a chance after the meeting to walk down and look at how big that space is, it looks huge. You know, you thought that open courtyard, you're kind of like, oh, are we gonna have that much? That is gonna be a phenomenal learning space for middle school. I'm so excited. So for all you girls watching somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when we were in there
It's
tonight again and walked, it's like you don't realize how big it is until you're in it.
Huge.
And I know that the middle school, Mr. Hendrickson's thinking about maybe one side might be a little classroom for some time. The other side, he still hasn't decided. It can be a media center, it could be a hangout, it could be a place where a class could go to meet and do some lounge reading, and I don't know, just kind of whatever we want to make it. It's going to have a lot of flexibility in the future too. You could have 2 classrooms there. You could have them as just a huge media center. It's just got a lot of flexibility. So yeah, I agree.
It's just all those years of walking by and seeing the weeds grow, and you know, they sprayed Roundup and it really didn't kill anything. It was just an eyesore. The eyesore to the public is going to be beautiful, and we are excited. As we were walking through, we said we really do need to celebrate these buildings when we're done with this, having a big open house, ribbon cutting, and really just celebrating, you know, what our kids are going to gain from this. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Hopefully, if other people have questions, obviously they can contact me anytime they want. Graduation recap. Yesterday, I thought went very well. The temperature outside helped because it was really nice. I thought and very comfortable inside. So thank you guys again for helping with the diplomas. And yeah, everything or everybody I talked to said it was just a great time. So that's what it's about, celebrating our seniors, and congratulations to them. Health insurance update. We had our meeting Thursday afternoon. We had a meeting here after the last day of school in Glendon at the auditorium here, or the theater. And then on Friday morning at our recognition breakfast, we also had a chance to meet with all the staff there about our health insurance. A baller was there to answer questions. They had 2 staff members there. We had Sanford there. It was the contract that we're going with. They had a representative there. And then Aflac had 2 people that are going to help Sanford and Lawler with registration, so we had more people on hand to help people get registered. They're doing it all online. All this week too, they're available to set up virtual meetings with them and they'll walk you through it. So we're trying to support our staff, educate our staff and what's out there. So far that's gone well. And it closes June 3rd. And that was reiterated over and over. Make sure you schedule an appointment. Get online and do it. If you need help, here are the people you can hook up with. They're here to help. So it was just nice to have professional people helping our staff, because there is a lot of questions. You know, what's best for me? Does this make sense? I got 2 kids. I get this. My husband's job is, my wife's job. It just was really good. They walked them through that. And so, yeah, we're really happy with number 1, the bid that we got, and number 2, the support that our staff bidding. So that's good. Moving update, we already said kudos to the kids. Yeah, again, it couldn't have happened without them. And now we have certified staff. They have 4 days as a part of their contract, their 180-day contract. They are in the process. When they checked out on Friday with their principals, they had to tell them the days they were going to work. So for example, this week they know they have to have everything out and moved to the right room. A lot of those things happened last week, but now it's just to finalize that. Elementary gym here in Glendon and the cafeteria or multi-purpose gym in Dilworth are kind of the dropping zones or the junkyard zones. So if either teacher didn't want to keep something, so if I'm moving into Amy's room and I said, nope, Amy says, you want this? No, I don't. Those things are going to go to those locations in both schools. Then this Friday, we have roll-offs coming from Fox Sanitation. It's just, if you go down here and look, it's desks without a leg, it's, you know, chairs, it's teachers keep everything, and now they're going, oh, we can get rid of some, yeah. So there's gonna be some dumpster diving this weekend, that's fine with us, but it's just stuff that's outdated, broken, whatever. And so that's kind of nice too. It kind of cleans up. It's like when you move, you can get rid of some stuff and that helps. But so that's gonna happen, and over the weekend, you'll see a roll off by each building, and it'll probably be full of broken desks and whatever. So anyway, that's happening, and the staff are working on that. The other thing I wanted to mention is some of the staff obviously can't get into their rooms until August. So we were very clear on Friday at the breakfast that, hey, Amy, Laura, David, save some days, because remember, Nicole's still got to move. She needs help, so we're not going to just abandon her because everybody else is done. So we got to make sure we save some days, and they did work through that. And so to make sure people have support in August. Hard to pinpoint those days. So all we said is make sure your principal knows it'll be someday in August with your partners. When you guys get closer and you figure it out, just make sure we know, because we want to make sure the room's ready, number 1, and so you can get the move. So it sounds like all those logistics are worked out. And so sometime in August, some of those people will be coming back to make that final move and to prepare for school. So yeah, which is great. I think that's all I got. So any questions?
What was the graduating class number again?
I think we had 82, wasn't
I
it?
was gonna say 84, but
I
and
thought
I'm sorry.
86.
And read 88.
2, 4, 6.
It's a multiple of 2. No,
In the 80s.
I thought it was 84. This is one of our smaller classes. I know from now on, it's gonna be in the 100 or more. So yeah, the graduate, do you have it? Anyway, she's counting. So it's, I want to
It's
say
so
84.
interesting,
so-
like, I think back to like our class sizes, like Amy had a very large class, like over 100, and then it dived down to like so the class in front of you had like 68, and then they went to 105, and then we
Wow.
went down to 78. So I think you have those kind of
A little
ebbs
bit.
and flows, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, a little bit.
Yeah, as you look at
So
our class numbers after this now, they are pretty consistent now, though. They'll be in that 110.
How many?
88.
Oh, 88.
88?
That's what I counted in.
That's what my class was.
Okay.
Is that Brooke Belka that said 88?
Imagine that.
I should have just went with that.
Yeah, why
He knows
not?
all.
We have Brooke here because you said, anyway, so 88, Laura. Other questions?
Do we have numbers on kindergarten class?
Oh, that was a good question. I
That's
had
a
that down too.
Great
but I
question.
forgot.
As I'm working through the budget, I'm just saying 100, we don't have, my hope is we have much more than that, but our total or magical number, the number I have is like 76, or is it not more?
91.
Oh, it is 91.
91.
Okay, the last sheet I had had 70 something, and I knew we were gonna have more, I just didn't see all the latest registrations, so 91. So, and
That's a nice
again,
number.
it is, and we know we're gonna end up, I think, again, with more of that, you get that August push and blah, blah, blah. So I've been, for budget purposes, I just do 100 in, just thinking that we're gonna be plus or minus there, and we'll adjust budget obviously later, but that's kind of what I'm using for a number.
Did we have enough for that, new kindergarten program?
You know what,
enough
I haven't, well,
registrations?
I know earlier, no, so bear with me, this is about a month ago. The class was pretty small, I think, I want to say like 12. Do you have a number on that, Brooke, now? And so they were still going to be talking to some people, and I haven't had a chance to talk to the teacher or Mr. Lepard on that recently.
Do we have a number in mind where we're like, we can't run a class with that number, or are we just gonna do it and see?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I think we should just do it,
Okay.
because just like in my experience as a high school principal, we would run a calculus class for the first time and it only had like 4 kids in it.
The next time.
And then the next time it had 8 or 12, and the next time it had, you just kind of, they don't know what it is until you kind of do it. And I'm still holding out. I think we're going to get
Okay.
this late push too.
Yeah.
That'll give us the numbers that we need. I think already we're over half of what we were thinking. So, yeah, good question though, because that's, the budget number is rolling in my head. So, yeah, it's okay. It's good. Other questions?
All right, moving on to 7.1, approval of the May 9th meeting. Do we have a motion? Motion by Amy, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. All those in favor say aye. Motion, against, I can't talk today. Motion carries. Okay. 8, consent agenda, claims and accounts, Laura.
$420,000, $964.69.
Also in your packet is to approve the monthly budget report, donation from Terry Jeffig of a special needs adaptive tricycle to be used for special education department, and the resignation of Jennifer Spitzner, middle school science, effective the end of this school year. Any questions or discussion?
That's an awesome donation,
That is an awesome donation.
so thank you for that.
I also just say thank you to Jennifer for her years to the district. She had an opportunity to take on a new challenge at other district. So kudos to her and good luck to her with that. And thank you for your time at DGF. So.
I didn't see anything when I looked up through the bills, and Ronnie didn't text me anything that he was concerned about,
Nope,
so.
and the bills look normal to me too. There was nothing too magical. So if you'll notice though, this month, we didn't hardly get any construction bills.
It's small.
Yeah.
Last meeting was, and this one was, there was some. It's going to change as we took our tour today. You can see that there are companies here. I've heard that they're going to have as far as up to 3 to 4 crews just to kind of get this thing done. So we're going to see some different changes in that, but we also had planned for that. So that's good. And then the budget, you can see we're at 77, almost 78%. And the end of May, we should be at 83%. So we have a little buffer there. Not all the bills are closed out in May, but Marcus and I visited about that today too. He's thinking there's about a 3% more bills will be coming for this month. And so we should still be good with a little buffer there. So just so you know that too.
Beautiful. We have a motion? Oh,
So
sorry.
moved.
He's a heavy lift.
Is there a second? Second by Nicole. Any further discussion?
Yeah, no discussion. Transportation. Are we gonna have a lot more in transportation the remainder of the fiscal year?
Are we going to like?
I know it's high, so it's just,
That transportation is high because of our fuel escalator in our contract remember we had 9,000 budgeted. We didn't forecast the change in fuel the way it has been. And so it's been out of whack. Yeah. One of the things I have a meeting with Eileen Wednesday morning, and we're going to discuss our routes and if changes. And I think I mentioned that last time too, we might have to make an adjustment there just to offset that. So more to come, but I meet with her Wednesday.
the contracts for the transportation group, what are they,
It goes through next year. It's a 2-year
2
contract.
years? Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah.
So,
So we're gonna have
Hope
to
for
see
my
what can
situation.
we do with the current contract to hopefully offset or be able to manage that.
Yeah.
As Marcus and I work through the budget for next year, that is obviously something that we've already adjusted. Instead of 9,000 in that budget, we went to 50,000. and had to make some other adjustments other places, but you guys will see that in June, so, when we finalize it. Yeah, thank you, it's a challenge, and it doesn't look good in the, I mean, it just doesn't look like it's changing, so.
Yeah, they're talking $6 a gallon.
Yeah, so,
By the end.
By August,
Or I heard early August.
so as we discuss budgets, unfortunately, we don't get more money when the gas price goes up. The district got, this is your money. And when all the other things, right, there's inflation on every product our school is trying to purchase and buy, right? Just like you guys know at home. And you didn't get a bump in your salary because there was inflation. And so same with us with the income, and we're working through it. Marcus and I are just constantly analyzing what we can do, and that's why the directors and principals are doing the same thing. And we're gonna do the best we can to make sure the budget makes sense and is good for our communities, so. Yeah, it's a challenge for sure.
Oh, for sure. it
Just
is.
like you guys every day, it's like, wow, are we buying that? Maybe not. So, it is what it is.
All right, so a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, new and unfinished business. We have our Minnesota High School League resolution for membership. Do we, I don't think we've ever had you read the Minnesota High School League, that one.
That's
No.
pretty long.
Yeah, so, since it is a resolution, we will do, I need a motion.
So moved.
Motion by David, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Laura, since it is a resolution, we do need to do a roll call, so, Laura?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
Amy?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Brittany?
Aye.
Motion carries, or not motion carries. Resolution carries, there we go. Records disposal, 9.2, okay, so, it's in your packet, records disposal listing this year. Special education records, 18 years from date of birth plus 7 years. District records, finance records from 2014, 2015. Payroll records from 2014, 2015. Food service records from 2014 to 2015. And election records 1 year. Do we have a motion?
So
Motion by Nicole. David, do you want a second?
moved. Yes.
All right, any further discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 9.3, non-certified contract for Casey Freuslin, paraprofessional, effective the start of the 22-23 school year. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Amy, is there a second?
Second.
I got Laura over here, I think, first. Any questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 9.4, certified contract for Thomas Brink, middle school choir, effective the start of the 22-23 school year. Do we have a motion? Motion by Laura, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Amy. Any questions or discussion? Hearing no questions or discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 9.5, certified contract for Kaylee Borby, elementary teacher, effective the start of the 22-23 school year. Do we have a motion?
So.
Motion by Nicole. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Is this a third grade teacher?
No,
or-
this is the second grade one that you guys approved, remember?
Oh, that's right.
A month ago.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is to fulfill that void.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 9.6, the fiscal year 23-24 school nursing agreement. This is, our nursing agreement is with Clay County Public Health. They supply us with our 2 RNs. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Did anything change?
No, it's same hourly rate, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there a second? I got David as a motion. Who's
I'll
second? Okay. The question was there any rate changes? And there was not.
No, not to the hourly rate. It was the same 40. Yep.
Okay, and their contract is 9 months?
Well, I know that Kayla works for summer school and Rebel Success, so she is working this week too. You know what? It's got the hours in there, and so it's an hourly rate of pay, so and then we have to approve it ahead of time, so
Okay,
It's 9 months, but then I know there's some startup in the fall and there's
Yeah.
some wrap up in the spring. And then she helps also with the summer school in ESY, so
okay.
when needed, so I get.
All right, do we have any further questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, 9.7 certified contract for Shelley Cervantes. Cervantes, sorry, thank you. High school counselor, effective the start of the 22-23 school year. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by David, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Laura. Any questions or discussion?
This is to replace Katie, because Katie has got the assistant principal position, so this is to replace that. Yeah.
All right, any further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next board meeting, Monday, June 13th, 6 o'clock. Will not be in the high school media center. It will probably be in this room again.
I would say yes.
It's probably gonna be in room 230.
Yeah.
In the high school. Following that will be facilities and transportation committee meeting. We will touch base, probably maybe the Friday before our meeting to see how much stuff's done in Dilworth, if we wanna try to meet over there.
I think it would be a good idea. There's a lot of change there in the last few weeks, and I know the gym floor is, I think, getting set later this week or early next week, so that's gonna start to happen too. Office area is finally, everything's in place, so that's moving forward to us, so we're
Okay,
gonna start to see, yeah, I think it would be a good idea.
okay.
2 weeks will be a lot of big
Yeah,
difference.
I think if we had, maybe if people could be there at 5, if you can't make it, it's not the end of the world, but, so we,
Yeah.
5 to like 5:40, and then we can have time to drive over here and go to our meeting. Does that sound reasonable? So meet in Shannon's office?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, perfect. And I mean, if they could set this up, we could certainly have our meeting in Dilworth.
Just have to find a classroom, which we can find. Do you want to just have the meeting in Dilworth?
I think it would be easier.
Sure. Okay, so look for that. I guess we'll have to decide. Brooke and I'll take a look around this week and get that out.
Okay, so we are having a meeting in public, whoever's gonna watch this. It's gonna be in Dilworth. We just don't know which room, but it will be posted.
Yes, it will.
So we will have a room available and we'll have seating.
Yeah, Brooke's got it.
So Brooke will take care of it. All right, anything else, team? All right, 6:30, meeting's adjourned.
Good.